Today on DNVR Buffs Live, it's our bye-week awards. Who has been the team MVP outside of Travis and Shedeur so far? And also a recruiting update because flip season is officially underway. Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome into the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. It's Wednesday on the bye week. How you feeling?
I feel amazing, dude. Just, I don't know, a little over an hour ago, I became an uncle.
Congrats, bro.
Yeah,
that's
thank
awesome.
you. So shout out to my sister and her husband and their new sweet little baby girl.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Just dubs all around.
Huge day. Really, really, really cool. So love them and hope everyone gets home happy and healthy.
Absolutely. I'm feeling great as well. About the best we could have possibly felt on this bye week, I think. I mean, we could have, of course, felt better, but...
Yes. Give Allie the keys. Perfect timing. Yeah, dude, I was thinking about it like, I said this after the Thursday opener, like, man, what a blessing. You just get to sit back and watch college football all week at 1-0. Same thing for 4-1.
Yep.
Like, I'm just so excited to watch all these teams and, like,
I know.
watch them beat up on each other while our boys are just resting, recovering, getting better. It's a beautiful thing.
That it is. On today's show, we will dig into the new EA college football ratings updates. Very weird, if you haven't already seen that. Some more stuff on Travis, just being Travis. A lot of recruiting stuff going on right now. It is flip season. We got 3 flip targets, but we start today with our bye week awards. We've got 9 of them that we're giving out. We're just going to start right off. Offensive player through 5 games. Are we putting Shedeur and Travis in this one?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's a debate in itself. But sure. Give me Shedeur. Give me Shedeur. Look, this actually might be the first game that you can't say it. But 3 of Colorado's 4 wins, I do not believe would have been possible with any other quarterback in the country.
That is completely fair.
And I'm so steadfast in that belief because each one of them took Shedeur magic. Mm-hmm. This one didn't, which is a beautiful thing. It says a lot about the rest of the team, but it's got to be Shedeur for me. Obviously, Travis is amazing. You know, LeJonte's been great. Jimmy's been great. Even, Jordan Seaton has been great. Mm-hmm. But this team, this offense, I would be so worried about it if Shedeur Sanders wasn't the quarterback.
Yeah, it's got to be Shedeur. Right now, he's completing 70.1% of his passes, 14-3 touchdown to interception ratio. And really, since like the Baylor game too, he started to take off, use his legs a lot more, felt more comfortable, just trying to pick up first downs and just pick up chunk yardage on his own. And that, I think, has been a big factor in how this offense has opened up the last few weeks, basically since Nebraska. Is Shedeur just saying, you know what, I just got to take off sometimes. I can't keep looking for the big play, running around behind the line of scrimmage. I just got to go get 9 yards when the chance is there.
Totally. And he had a one run in that game where I don't think he hit his top speed, but he turned on the jets, and I was like, okay, Shedeur.
People forget how athletic and how fast he is, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Defensive player of the year. I know. I do think there's a true one other candidate, though.
Okay, I'll start by saying it goes to Travis Hunter.
Okay.
I think, I think Travis Hunter is going to win. 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 I think Travis Hunter I keep saying this, but like I think we're now at the point where teams are going to absolutely just look away from his side.
Yeah.
When you see a player think they're taking a check down away from Travis Hunter and somehow throw an interception, I really think offensive coordinators of anyone who doesn't have like a top tier quarterback are just going to say, hey, first thing you do when you get to the line, find 12, look the other way.
Yep.
Just straight up. And
just eliminate that side of the field.
And honestly, they're going to start scheming that way. They'll just take their number one wide receiver, send him all the way to the field, and say, okay, you're just gonna go like run a little hook, just occupy Travis, keep him as far away from the play as we possibly can. And so that in itself is valuable, but then just the turnovers that he's created is valuable. I mean, he literally had a game-sealing forced fumble.
Right.
We look at the picks because that's a corner stat, but it's not just that. It's the two picks he's gotten, and then additionally a forced fumble that was game-clinching. It's got to be Trav.
I hear you, man, but I'm with the chat. I think I got to go with Kam.
I love it.
I mean, he's been so valuable. You know, goes out third play of the game against North Dakota State, and you know, we knew we missed him. We talked about it after that game, but just looking back now at what he's been able to do the last few weeks, you realize how much we miss Kam against North Dakota State. And he's just taken his game to another level. He's currently leading the team in tackles. He has 3 TFLs, has 1 pass defense. Of course, the fumble recovery, 95 yards for a touchdown as well, so he scored also. He's really taken his game to another level, and he's truly the heartbeat and soul of this defense as well.
100%. If there was like a mid-season Buffalo Heart Award, which we probably should have done, let me take Kam.
We can throw that in.
He's the no, it's okay. We don't have to add it, but
okay.
I'll just say it right now. Like he is the heartbeat of not just the defense but the team. I think he really embodies what this team is all about. You don't have to sell me on picking Kam here. Like, he's my favorite player.
Right.
So, like, I'm waiting on my jersey. He's the ultimate dog, the definition of a dog, and so I love that. And I don't even have to bring up Travis. I love that he gets his flowers.
Yeah, I mean, it's really close between the two. I wouldn't be upset with either pick, honestly. Chat's throwing out Nakai Hill-Green as well.
I mean, yeah, and even Bent.
For sure.
I think what's sick about this defense is there's a lot of different guys you could say.
Yeah.
In the time that he's been on the field, I think you can make the case that Block Boley has been the best player.
Absolutely.
Best player is hard to say when anytime Travis Hunter's on the field, but his impact on a play-to-play basis has been incredibly obvious.
Yep. Newcomer of the year. Freshman, transfer, but someone who
I should have wrote my picks down because I don't want to have too much overlap. But here's what I'll say.
Okay.
We still have freshman of the year coming, right? Or no? We just did newcomer.
We combined it with newcomer.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
I think I have to pick Jordan Seaton.
I think that's the right pick, man.
But he might come up later as well. Jordan Seaton has been a revelation.
Yes, he has.
And he had, I won't even say a bad game. He had a bad stretch against Nebraska. He had a couple growing pains against North Dakota State. Mm-hmm. Other than that, he's been damn near flawless.
Yep.
And he just keeps getting better and stronger and more confident. And I think we had this conversation in the offseason, but we're like, the Jordan Seaton that you see in Game 9 is going to be nothing like the Jordan Seaton you see in Game 1.
100%.
And I think you can already say that about Game 5 versus Game 1. He's
really settled in.
Absolutely settled in, and now it's almost like light work out there for him.
Mm-hmm. I think I have to go with Jordan as well, but I'm with you, chat. Michael Welsh is a standout player to me to this point. Nakai, of course. Chidozie. You
Preston.
LaJonte. I mean, shoot, Isaiah's been running really well too.
Yep.
There's a lot of candidates for that one, but yeah, I think I have to go with Jordan. He's just, a lot of people looked at that commitment and they were like, one player's not going to fix the whole offensive line, but when you have a true anchor and you can scheme protection off of that anchor, it does change a lot of things and make the other 4 guys' job a lot easier.
100%. And I actually haven't watched to see if they're fully there yet, but when you have a true lockdown or whatever you want to call it, left tackle, Like, you can essentially say, you're going to be on an island over there, and we're going to slide everything away from you, and basically let you play one-on-one every time. And if they get there, they might already be there. I honestly don't know. If they get there with Jordan Seaton, it opens up your blocking schemes for pass plays a big time.
Yep. I mean, Dayon's been balling as well. DJ's been balling. I mean, all the shout out to the recruiting staff. They hit on so many freshmen transfers this offseason.
That's why we're here right now. 4-1.
Exactly. 100%.
Having a ball.
Position coach to this point. Who you going with?
Oh, man. I'm going with Andre Hart.
I love it.
I'm going with Andre Hart, although there's another really good option, I think, right in front of him.
Yep.
But I am going with Coach Hart because he was so heavily criticized.
Yes, he was.
And still, doesn't have a room that's just exploding with, like, big name talent. But he has some really good players, and he has them playing so well. And I think a little bit of it, or a lot of it, has to do with the mesh between what Robert Livingston is doing and how he's coaching that as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going Coach Hart because I think that he's had the biggest turnaround from what people were saying about him before the season to what is happening on the field now.
That's fair. I got to go with the chat again, D-Lou.
Yeah.
I just have to. That's been the biggest difference in this team from this year to last year. They're able to actually, penetrate, just stop the run. TFL, I told you before the show, I think we have, 38 TFLs already on the season?
Yeah.
Which is an absurd amount to this point. We know that's going to go up, but I also got to shout out Coach Mathis and Jay Phil as well.
Yes.
Because you had so much talent, but it's all gotten better.
Oh, totally. I mean, Coach Mathis deserves a lot of credit for sure. And with with Preston for sure too, but I think DJ McKinney came in and, like, people were talking about how raw he was.
Yeah.
Now he's going out there and, hasn't been perfect. No corner ever is going to be. But having some game, his game against Colorado State was
balling, man.
Pure lockdown. So a lot of coaches deserve credit on this team.
Phil Loadholt.
Phil Loadholt was exactly the next name I was going to mention. It hasn't been, again, perfect for them up there, but, like, even just what he's done with Jordan Seaton
exactly
deserves tons of credit. And I think that group's just getting better and better.
And then to your point with Andre Hart, I'll throw out Coach Flea as well, a guy who's gotten a lot of criticism.
Yep. He
He got Micah ready. He got these new transfers in after the spring game, and they've been contributing, in Dallin Hayden, Isaiah Gustav. So it's just the coaching staff all around, really.
I don't think there's
Great
a coach
job.
on this team right now that you can't say something nice about. How about Brett Bartolone and what he's done with Savell Smalls?
For sure.
Obviously Robert Livingston, not in the position coach conversation, but he's been amazing.
Yeah.
Pat Shurmur called his best game last week. Like, there's a collective effort happening right now between all of these coaches, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. All right, let's take our first break. We'll continue the rest of these awards and then get into recruiting in the next segment. Shout out to our friends at Game Time. You guys already know what it is, but you can take out all the guesswork out of buying your tickets with Game Time. Not just games, events, concerts, whatever's going on in your city. You can check out the Game Time picks right there on the screen. See exactly where your seat is, what the best deal is. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code BUFFS, BUFFS, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem promo code BUFFS, BUFFS, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it?
Game time.
Let's go.
I love Game Time. I also love Breck Brew. They've got a new West Coast style IPA, the Ridge Runner, but they've also got their beautiful Buffs themed cans on the Juice Drop IPA, which I was actually I'll dabble in an IPA. I'm not the biggest IPA guy, but I was with one of my friends this week who was ordering IPAs like everywhere we went.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what do you think of the juice drops? And he was like, it's maybe my favorite.
Really?
So
Let's go,
high
man.
praise from an IPA connoisseur on the juice drop. And then, the Breck Lager, all of the other stuff that they bring to the table. Obviously, your favorite, the Mountain Beach.
Yeah.
So many great options over at Breckenridge Brewery. So go to breckbrew.com and use the beer locator to find where the nearest Breck brews are to you.
I mean, speaking of game time in Breck, we got the Raiders coming to town this weekend for the Broncos game. We're going to have a tailgate.
Are you going to the game?
No, I think I'm going to be out of town. But
Oh, okay.
if I don't make it out of town, I'm definitely going to be at the tailgate, and I'll try to make the game. That's for sure.
Allie has her bachelorette party this weekend.
Oh, nice.
So I'm just solo dolo.
You're chilling.
And I can't decide if I want to do a single thing, but I might go to the Broncos game. That's the one thing I'm considering doing.
You should.
But Saturday, I'm not moving. It might be I might do 3 meals on DoorDash.
Hell yeah. You're living, brother.
Exactly.
It's not a great slate, but if you pick through it, there are some matchups that are really interesting, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, I forgot. I'm making them chili because they're going to the mountains. So I'm making a huge pot of chili for them to have. But I think I'm just gonna double it so I can just have it myself.
Go.
I might
That's
eat that
move.
for 3 meals.
That's the move. All right, back to the awards here for the early season. We're gonna get fun here. Favorite Travis play so far?
Man. I feel like I keep taking dark horse things, but I think I'm going to take his first touchdown against North Dakota State because it displayed a new thing that he's doing this year, which is just spinning out of a situation that you think you have him corralled and then just escaping.
Right.
And so, he just runs a little comeback, not even a comeback, just a stop.
Just a little hitch, yeah.
Yeah, and he gets the ball in his hands and just spins out of there in a way that leaves 2 guys in the dust and then just deletes an angle the other way.
Yep.
And it was just oh man, it was kind of an awakening of oh, he's got a new bag of tricks this year.
For sure.
And he's been using that. I mean, he used it against Colorado State, didn't quite score. Remember, he just dusted a couple guys. He almost did it again this week, but that's the one where they reviewed and he stepped out. But he had another one where he, it's just a new weapon for him. So that one, and just the way the crowd erupted when they saw he had escaped and was there's no way anyone's catching him for the first touchdown of the season.
Yep.
Fired me up.
Look, I mean, the fumble at the goal line is iconic. It's hard to pick against that. I think I have to go with the interception last weekend, though. I mean, that's Travis at his best. Playing that, flat zone and cover 2, covers 3 guys, and then breaks on the ball, and then, of course, the Heisman pose at the end.
Yeah, the Heisman pose really changes things. We didn't even mention, we haven't mentioned the catch against North Dakota State in the corner of the end zone where he reaches around the guy.
Oh, yeah. There's so many.
I know.
I mean, the CSU pick, I think, is up there, too.
Yes, that one was disgusting. And it's on BFN after he was running his mouth.
I mean, go back to the Baylor game. Again, that post that Shedeur threw between the 3 defenders downfield when Travis just accelerated, that impressed the hell out of me.
People don't understand, not us, but people don't understand how much better he's got.
Yeah.
He was already sick last year, and he completely leveled up this year.
Yep. Favorite Shedeur play?
You go first.
I'm still sticking with the NDSU throw where he rolls out to his left, stops, resets his feet, throws a dart to LeJohntay, going against the defense. That showed off all his best traits, I thought.
I'll go Hail Mary. I mean,
yeah.
How could I not?
Yeah.
And it even though it's of course you have to take it. It's a walk off. Well, not walk off, but game tying Hail Mary as time expired. But it also displays everything that he's been doing. The Shedeur magic, where he just gets out of the pocket, waits till the very last second to throw the football, delivers a perfect strike.
Gets hit.
Yeah, he's done that 7 times this year.
Yep.
That one just happened to have the highest stakes.
Right. All right. How many points will you score the next 3 games? And then we'll get to MVP.
This is different.
This was your idea.
It was.
So, also, there's a weird pattern. I don't know if you've noticed this.
Tell
with
me.
CU points scored the last 3 weeks. Against Colorado State, 28. Against Baylor, 38. Against UCF, 48.
Damn, K-State, you're getting 58 dropped on you. That sucks. Okay, that was actually kind of the math I was doing in my head was right around there.
They averaged 31 points per game.
I'm going to say, what are the 3 teams?
They are K-State, Arizona, and then I believe Cincinnati. Yep.
I'm going to say 99 points over the next 3 games.
I think they break 100.
Let's go.
To put a number on it, I'll just say 112.
Okay. I think one of these games might get into a little bit of a struggle, and it might be K-State.
Well, I think the Arizona game could turn into just lighting up the scoreboard.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to think. I'm like, okay, well, what if one goes a little low, then one goes high?
Yeah.
I was thinking around the 35-ish mark, and then I just rounded down to 99 because I thought it was a good number.
I think we get another 40 burger, at least one other 40 burger these next 3 weeks.
And there's a chance that like they've just unlocked a new thing.
Right.
Where now that they have balance, no one can stop them.
Exactly. Alrighty. MVP. Obviously, besides Travis and Shedeur, who's the most valuable player on this team through 5 games?
So this is so hard.
It really is.
Because there's so many great options. And I try to think about it the way that I would think about it with Travis or Shedeur, which is like, to me, value is the easiest way to think about a most valuable player is who would have the biggest impact if you removed them from the team? Who would hurt the most to lose?
With that, I have my answer then.
Go ahead.
Jordan Seaton.
That's very much what I was thinking.
You take him out, I mean, not only the Buffs searching for answers at left tackle, but I think all the progress you've built on the offensive line kind of goes, just down the drain at that point. He's a 5-star. He's almost irreplaceable. He is irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Kam I'd throw out there as well, of course. Nakai's balled out as well, but you take Jordan out of the equation, it changes everything for this team.
Yeah, and the other thing is like you added Nakai to the equation, and it did change everything.
That's true as well.
I'm going to go a little bit away from what I just described because there's also another thing of just like leadership and moxie and dog mentality that this defense, who I believe is the key to this team's success, has, and that defense follows one guy, and that guy is Kam.
Yep.
I just think that there's certain things that Kam has that are irreplaceable. It's like a combination of being a dog and being physical and having an attitude, but also being like charismatic and likable enough that all of your teammates want to listen to you and play for you. Like we've all probably had a teammate on a football team where it's like, yeah, they're always yelling and they're like, trying to get everyone fired up, but no one really likes them.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, shut up, dude. Like it doesn't hit the same. Everyone loves Kam. And so they all play, they all like follow his lead in a different way. And so I'll pick Kam because I think that some of those traits that he brings to the team are irreplaceable. And so if you were to take him away, I don't know, what would happen.
I agree. Again, going back to NDSU, I mean, losing him on the 3rd play of the game, it's tough to say, things would have been different if he was out there. But I truly believe that, all the quarterback runs. Look at last weekend against UCF. How many times Kam saved a touchdown? He at least had two touchdown saving tackles.
Both on Kobe Hudson.
Yeah, so I think that equation in NDSU would have changed things. It would have made that game not as close, and the defense would have shined more often and early in the season if he was out there.
Yeah. Do you know what he was yelling at the fans? I've watched the highlight 100 times.
When he scored?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no. To me, it looks like the first two letters are ST. I was like, stop. Like, I couldn't figure out what he was yelling.
I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
But man, I just love Kam. He's like the just epitome of what I love about college football.
Yep.
And Coach Hart in his speech to the team on the night before the game said something along the lines of like, we're gonna win this game because we're not just hungry, we're starving.
Yeah.
Kam plays every down like he is starving.
100%, man. There you go. That's our early season awards. Again, we have a bye week at the end of this month.
Shark.
Could he have?
It could be, yeah.
But he did the shush first and then did the shark.
Yeah, I don't know. I swear it starts with an S.
All right, on to recruiting, though. If you were on Twitter last night and you follow the recruiting staff, there's lots of hype being built up right now.
Sure is.
And I think where that comes from is today, Hayes Fawcett breaks the news that 2025 four-star safety Byron Baldwin decommits from Indiana. Steve Wiltfong put in a prediction after the Baylor game, but nothing really happened since then until today. Now he finally decommits, and then Adam Munstertiger goes in, puts in a crystal ball prediction for Byron Baldwin to be a Buff.
And Carday Smith.
And
right?
Carday Smith. That came through today from Adam as well. So Carday Smith went on the visit also for the Baylor game, committed to USC. He's got a relationship with Julian Lewis. He went on a visit with him to Auburn. After that visit, because Carday was already committed to Auburn, after that visit, Carday decommitted from Auburn, went on official to USC, then committed to USC.
It's up. I just ask you this, Jake.
Yeah.
What if the Buffs win 8+ games? What if they're, playing for the Big 12 championship? What if this team pulls in a top 25, top 15 recruiting class? What if Coach Prime is standing on the sidelines for the first game next year? What are they going to say?
They're not going to be able to say much.
What are they going to say? It's like week by week we're just like chopping down the roots of things that the haters have been clinging to.
It's so satisfying.
It really is. I said it. I said this has a chance to be the most satisfying sports experience possible.
Yep.
Because it's one thing to do it when it's just like you and the other fans around you pulling for it. It's another thing to do it when you have that and then everyone else fighting against you, and then you get to point at them and tell them they're wrong.
Yep.
Work to be done, to be sure.
100%.
But we are trending on a path that is going to just be like
historic.
It's going to be like Buff Nation is going to be the Harlem Globetrotters. And the rest of the world is going to be the Washington Generals.
Generals, I think.
Yeah. Washington Generals. And we're just going to be doing like off the backboard, between the legs, behind the back dunks on everyone.
Yep. Can't wait, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. We also have another flip target. Colorado today offered 2025 5-star kicker Rhett Armstrong, committed to Baylor.
I prefer my kicker to be leg strong.
Fair enough. But this is a Colorado kid. You were
go.
asking for this. He plays for Palmer Ridge out of Monument.
Let's go. I don't understand how every kicker in the country doesn't want to come to Colorado.
Well, I thought you were talking about the 5-star ranking, because that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
Everyone's
none
a
of the
5-star.
kicker ratings make any sense. Also, like, how hard is it for one of these recruiting services to just say, like, we're going to corner the kicker market?
Right.
Like the regular ones. We got to go to all these, like, random-ass kicker academy ratings.
Yeah.
Which I just know are not trustworthy.
Right. But there you go. It's the second kicker they've offered this week. They had the Fort Myers kid, who's also a 5-star kicker that they offered. So, see, you heard you. They heard you, Buff Nation. Kickers are coming.
Let's go. And hey, Stojanovic, still just a true freshman.
For sure, man. I mean, Gerlach and those guys too. Like, there's young talent on the team.
Yep.
All right, well, there is a little bit more recruiting to get to, but let's take another quick break and shout out our friends over at UC Health. We got to get Colorado back to its rightful place as the healthiest state in the country. And Coach Prime is helping leading the charge as UC Health's Chief Motivation Officer of the Ready, Set, Co Challenge. Big emphasis on sleep. Whether it's putting your phone down, scheduling bedtime, or just getting more sleep. I'm finally caught up on sleep. I feel amazing right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
So don't sleep on sleep. And if you want to join UC Health's Ready, Set, Co Challenge, you can click the link in the show notes or go to www.uchealth.org/Ready, Set, Co. Listen to Coach Prime. Invest in your sleep. Invest in your mattress, pillows, all that stuff.
Also, if you are planning a trip and you want to take the sickest possible vehicle and you want it wrapped with your brand or even just your face, you got to hit up our friends over at Promotico. They are the ones who set us up with our brand new, unbelievable Provost bus that we are taking around the country for the rest of these road games. And I got to say, just the way that they do things in terms of setting up the bus, doing the wrap, everything is just first class. The inside of that thing it's
incredible,
unbelievable. So hit up our friends over at Promotico if you're looking for something like that. It's www.promotico, that's promotoco.net, or call 678-208-3436. When I was spelling that out, I felt like I was doing the NOTORIO.
Yeah.
You just lay down slow.
You nailed it, though, bro. All right, some more recruiting stuff. I'm pretty sure we've mentioned this guy before, but Donovan Murph has reclassified from the 2026 class to the 2025 class. He is rated a 4-star wide receiver on the 247 Sport Composite. He came and visited on an unofficial visit on April 5th. So he got to check out what was going on in Boulder during their spring football season. And he kind of put the Buffs. So in this Hayes Fawcett graphic, it says 11 schools currently stand out to him. It's not a top 11, but CU's in there.
Okay.
And then yesterday also, Malik Clark decommitted from FSU, another wide receiver to keep an eye on. Rated a 4-star on the 247 Sport Composite, top 300 player from South Carolina, from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Tom Loy, the new Wiltfong at 247, said to keep an eye on like 3 or 4 teams, Colorado being one of them.
Love to see it.
And there you go. That's your.
How about the UCF kid that decommitted?
Oh, yeah. What is his name? Oh, I just got out of Twitter. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
But the ripple effect from Saturday is it's beginning.
Oh, yeah. This is the thing about recruiting, man. The old saying of winning cures everything is no more true than when it applies to recruiting.
Yep.
The absolute buzz that you get when you go down to Florida on a nationally televised game and just lay a whipping down is immeasurable.
It's like program defining.
Well, 100%. And like, yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know if I've actually heard anyone say the term signature win yet, because maybe it's because UCF wasn't quite ranked or whatever.
Right.
But there's these moments that happen when you're on the rise as a program that just change everything. And like, imagine being a kid sitting at home watching that game and just like seeing the swagger that the team plays with, seeing the clips of Rick Ross being in the locker room before and after the game, seeing T.O. and like then watching that team go out there and just ball out. Yeah. And all of the playmakers are making plays, whether it's Jimmy or LeJontay or Travis or Will or Colton Hood or Preston Hodge. And you're just like, man, these guys are having fun. The uniforms look sick. Their coach is Deion Sanders. T.O.'s on the sideline. Like, how do you not come away from that being like, I got to be a part of this?
Yep. And on Big Noon Kickoff, like primetime spot, like all this stuff, man.
Yeah. Pretty special.
It really is. All right. Let's talk about Travis a bit. Coach Brandon Ray is on the strength team, put this tweet out today. Fun fact, despite his snap count, Travis Hunter clocked over 22.2 miles an hour versus UCF. That's an in-game personal record for both this year and last year. And, of course, he's played every single snap in 5 games, or damn near every single snap in 5 games this year. And Coach Reyes adds, at a body weight 15 pounds heavier than arriving at CU. This man is different beyond imagination.
Getting stronger and bigger and faster at the same time is insane.
Yeah.
And I have to assume that's on his chase down of RJ Harvey.
Yeah, I would assume he was moving.
Yes, he was, bro. It's just, like I said, he just keeps getting better.
He really
Even
does.
week to week. I mean, I remember when the very beginning, which I'm so over this conversation now, but like the very first ever wide receiver or corner conversation, we had the conversation was like, he's not polished as a wide receiver.
Right.
You quote tweeted it, the 1 minute of Travis Hunter releases just against UCF. Now he's incredibly polished, and polished I don't even think does it justice because he's so different than most people.
It's what I said yesterday. He's a technician.
Yes, he's a technician. He's running super crisp routes. We always known his ball skills are elite.
Yep.
Like best ever, potentially elite.
Mm-hmm.
And so like every week, because he works so hard and he studies so hard and he does everything the right way, every week he's getting better, not just like over the off season.
Yep.
He just keeps getting smarter, better, faster, tougher, everything.
That he does, man. And he's got some well-deserved rest this week, so we'll see what he does next week. Jace Feely, he had an update yesterday that he also tore his meniscus. When you tear a meniscus, you got to keep weight off of it. Obviously, he tore his ACL as well, so that's going to delay rehab, physical therapy, all that stuff. So keep Jace in your thoughts. It's going to be a road to recovery for him.
For sure.
Did you have something that I forgot to add here?
Not that I remember.
Okay. CFB 25 ratings came out today. Travis got a bump, but what is going on?
What is going on? Okay, first let's just acknowledge Travis. He's now tied for the #1 highest rated player in the game.
97
overall. I don't know what he's got to do to get those extra 2 points.
It's ridiculous.
My favorite part of it, though, plus 10 hit power.
Hell yeah.
That's epic. Now he's up to 77 hit power. I have to assume that's a combination of 2 hits against Baylor. The one that got erased, and he just drove that guy back in the backfield. And then, of course, the forced fumble. But just in general, again, just another thing Travis added. Now that he's bigger, he's hitting.
Yep.
Like, legitimately hitting.
Yes, he is.
Outside of that, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know, man.
Let's go with biggest gainers, I guess. Charlie Offerdahl got a 14-point bump to 79 overall.
Interesting.
Kareem Harding got a 9-point bump to 77 overall.
That's awesome.
Jeremiah Brown got a 5-point bump to 75 overall. Trevor Woods got a 4-point bump to 81 overall. Cam got a 3-point bump. This man's only 75 overall. What are we doing?
It's insane. And they've got him so slow that like you can't even play him against speed teams. Mm-hmm. It's just, I just don't understand who's in charge of this and what is their job.
I have no idea. They got it right like the first time, but now we're going backwards.
Yeah, I love seeing the guys get bumps. I'm not going to complain about anyone getting bumped up, but it doesn't feel like the players who have been playing the best have been getting them. Like, how is Jordan Seaton not getting like a +7 bump? For sure.
He's not even mentioned on this.
No, he just stayed the same.
It's
same
crazy.
thing with Shedeur. I think Shedeur should have gone up.
Definitely.
I think Will Shepard got a little bump, which is nice. But I think LeJontay deserved a little bump.
Sure. Jimmy got a bump. Kam Mikell hasn't played a snap. He got a bump.
Nakai Hill-Green should have been like a +7.
Not even listed on this.
Yep. Bentley, I think also should have been plus.
Not even listed.
So, like I said, I don't know. Like, I have to assume someone's job is to watch the games and then change the ratings based off of that.
Yeah.
If that is what is happening, fire that person and find a new person.
Michael Welsh got a 3-point bump.
Love
and then somehow Dallin and Augustive go down. Dallin goes down 3. Isaiah goes down 2.
Yeah, I mean, Isaiah going down makes literally no sense.
I know. Savell with a 3-point bump, though.
Love to see it.
On the offensive line, it's really just down for everyone but Kareem Harden. Mari McNeil, he did get a 4-point bump in overall. I don't know what his speed is at, so we'll have to check in if it's higher than 50 or whatever it was. Sammy Sachs got a bump. Arden Walker got a bump. Naimia Robinson gets a bump out of nowhere.
Cool.
And then Carter got a 1-point bump. But yeah, it's very interesting. I haven't turned on the game since, so I haven't been able to actually look at the team overall. Have you played?
No, I haven't, but I'm just like, it feels like they made starters worse and then kept everyone the same. I don't know.
That is crazy, Cam. We feel for you, bro.
Oh, yeah. They did Cam dirty.
They really did.
I would say like 80 would have been like a minimum acceptable like upgrade for Cam for me.
He's leading the team in tackles. He just had a 95-yard touchdown.
I don't know what to say.
It doesn't make any sense.
Did our guy dirty.
They really did.
What was I? Oh.
Yeah, what do you got?
In our CFB league, I am 13-0, number 1 seed in the college football playoffs, trying to finish off the undefeated season.
I have full faith you will make that happen.
How about you?
Not great, bro.
Did you make a bowl game?
No.
Oh.
Probably not. Season went down the hill very quickly, and then I missed like 3 games, and it's like,
I saw one of your coordinators left to go to the NFL.
Excellent. We're without a quarterback? You took all the quarterbacks.
I did accidentally take all the quarterbacks.
So now I've got to roll with like 75 redshirt sophomore. I got to hit the portal here.
Sorry, dude.
Or we're running Wildcat.
I would happily trade you a player if that was allowed. We're probably not that far away from that in college football.
I tell you what, though, I'm about to have the best defensive line in this league.
Really?
I got 2 or 3 5-stars.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at recruiting. It's a good thing I'm really good at the video game itself.
Yeah. I guess we're not all perfect, right?
Exactly.
Did you see the video of Coach Prime giving his props to Isaiah Harge yesterday?
Yes.
That's another, when you talk recruiting, how big of a recruiting tool or recruiting play is that?
I know. I was thinking about Ryan Williams.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, I can just tell by looking at you, you could play a great corner. Why don't you come over here?
Yep, for sure, man.
Come be the next Travis Hunter.
Definitely. Well, and again, Cam hasn't played yet. Kam Mikell.
Yep.
And all we heard about him this offseason was he could play wherever he wants on the field. And we know wide receiver's super crowded. That's where he is right now. But I'm very excited to get Kam Mikell healthy so we can just see what he can do.
Absolutely.
I think that's all I got for today.
So is he injured before week 1?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Then he got hurt at the end of camp.
Okay.
But with that, C5, I think we're approaching C5 watch.
Let's
see
go.
if he comes back.
I love that. I mean, to me, it's like if you're not back now, then it's probably worth considering redshirting.
At least the conversation, for sure.
Or I shouldn't say now, but by Kansas State.
Right. All right, let's hit our final break, and then we'll get to the Toyota chat here. Shout out to our friends over at Bet365, the homies, man. When you sign up at Bet365, make sure you use the promo code DNVR365 and get in on the bet and get offer. All you got to do is deposit $10 and then place a bet of $5 or more on anything. You just need a bet to clear. And then you get $200 deposited directly in bonus bets directly into your account. They got the early money line payouts. If your team gets up, if you take a team on the money line, they get up 17 points or more, it automatically cashes. Even if the other team comes back and ultimately wins, it cashes over at Bet365. You must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Also, check out the DNVR custom bet on Bet365.
Hell yeah.
It's usually right on the front page. You can see Nux on there and a Broncos bet or something specifically from us.
It's pretty sick. Not everyone gets to do that. Also, shout out to Circle K. Best in the biz when it comes to gas, snacks.
Keeping you going.
Keeping you going, keeping you fueled up literally and figuratively. Hit up our friends over at Circle K and join the Inner Circle Rewards program to get in on so many awesome offers. You can download the Circle K app and sign up for the Inner Circle so you can unlock those exclusive offers. New offers, purchase clubs, and sweepstakes are uploaded weekly. I mean, there's just something great about walking into a Circle K. Just gonna get a snack.
It's just like the world of possibilities.
79-cent Polar Pop. Like, what are you gonna do? You know, there's so many options. So check out our friends at Circle K.
They're the homies, man. And help us out, Circle K. Once again, we need your help.
I will say there's a large coffee company that had a location down the street that is closing. I'm still pulling for Circle K, but if it's not them, I wouldn't mind if the coffee place moves in.
Someone just move over there.
Yes, we need something that helps. I mean, it used to be so great just to be able to walk over there and get a snack. Now there's nothing happening.
I know.
So Circle K, get on it before they do.
Definitely. Let's go to the Toyota chat. What do you guys got for us today? King Carlito says, what will be Dylan's reception with the defense be?
What will Dylan's... are we talking about, like, how will he be received?
I mean, he's an opponent. They're going to try and hit him and tackle him and make sure he doesn't have big plays. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't think that... I don't know. I haven't talked to anyone about this, so I'm just guessing. But I don't think there's, like, ill will, like...
I think the team loved Dylan, and I think a lot of them understood.
I mean, Shedeur said he understood and told him to do whatever he thinks is best for him, so...
Yep. No, I mean, we had him on here. You could tell from, like, who truly hates Dylan Edwards?
Yeah, it's true. I have to admit, though, he would have had some sick opportunities in this offense.
Yes, he would have.
It's a shame.
It is what it is. It's college football in 2024. Diallo asks, are they prepping for K-State all week? How does it work with bye weeks?
Yeah.
They're kind of starting prep. From what Coach said after Saturday, I think today is off. And it's going to be, I think, more off time than practice time the rest of this week. But I'm sure it's, they're going to give the guys time to refresh and take some time off from football for a bit.
100%.
That's what it's for.
I think the general strategy with these things is you tap in a little bit, just give everyone a taste, something to start thinking about as they're preparing for this team, get a general sense of what you're going to be going up against.
Yeah.
And then, a lot of self-scouting.
Yes.
In the first week of a bye week, and then in the next week you kind of just dive in like it would be any other game week.
Right.
But you have a little bit more preparation going into it.
For sure.
We don't know.
Smokers asked if McNeil's speed increased. We don't know, but his rating went up. Something had to go up, like whether it's tackling, hit power, whatever it is. His rating now, I just got out of this. Shit. Do you remember what I said?
74?
I can't find it. Sorry.
I don't remember.
Check out Adam Munster Tiger. He published this thing.
Yeah, he did a great story on just all of the changes.
Yeah. Scotty asked, is it Feely's kicking or plant leg as a kicker? Which is worse? It was his left leg.
Plant leg.
So I truly don't know which is worse. Obviously, the left leg takes a lot more weight.
Force, yeah.
But you generate a lot of power from that kicking leg, too. So
no idea. We'll have to ask a kicker.
Yep. Is Kam Mikell redshirting? I don't think we're at that point yet. But as you said, if you're not ready for K-State and if he doesn't play before this second bye week, then it's just best to redshirt him. There's only 4 games left.
Right. Oh, you would automatically redshirt if you don't play by the second bye week.
Yeah. Trevor asks, when's
the last time we had this problem where we had trouble picking the MVP?
You tell me that answer. I mean, 2022, it was hard for different reasons, so.
I don't know, man. I mean, last year, I think you maybe would have had a little bit of trouble. I think we had, I don't remember what we said, actually.
Well, at the bye week, I remember we had defensive player of the year was Omarion Cooper.
Yep. And then he kind of fell off.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. 2022, yeah. MVP, Jordan Tyson?
Owen?
McCown? Yeah, I mean, I get the point you're trying to make. It's been a while, and even just the conversations about all of these things. I mean, when you think about defensive MVP, it's absurd how many options there are.
It truly is. And it's every level, too. Every position.
Yes.
There's a safety. There's a corner. There's a linebacker. There's an end. There's a tackle.
It's crazy.
Yep.
And that, honestly, I feel better about the defense right now than I did before we started this show after having that conversation and just thinking about how many guys are playing that well.
I just got tagged in this from On3 Recruit. It sounds like it's Colorado and Mizzou for Byron Baldwin.
Okay.
So keep an eye. Brad asks, since Brown and Woods redshirted, do they still practice/work out with the team? I think that's allowed. I mean, Tyler Brown was ruled ineligible and was able to practice with the team last year.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Like if they had a freshman quarterback on the roster who just wasn't going to play this year because we have Shedeur and it was an automatic redshirt, they'd still practice.
Right. I mean, you definitely can.
Yeah.
This is a new thing in college football.
And I don't think they've left the team, but it's like their status on the team.
Right.
Like,
yeah, no, I mean, you definitely can.
Mm-hmm.
Think back to like, gosh, why am I forgetting his name? Bishop Thomas.
Yeah.
Like he was scout team player of the year while he redshirted at Florida State.
Yep.
Which, did he find a new home? Sorry, I'll read the next question while you look that up. T-Lou says, how do we stop the speed of Avery Johnson and Dylan Edwards?
ESPN has him on the Georgia State Panthers with Savion Wilkerson.
Nice. Hope everything is going well for him. I mean, you're always going to have to contend with speed. I think that the job is similar yet different to what you faced this week with UCF, but a lot of it is containment.
Yep.
Especially with Avery Johnson. You just have to stay home. You have to be very disciplined in your attack. And I mean, if you want teach tape on it, just go watch Arden Walker.
Yeah, definitely.
He did an incredible job, like 3 plays in a row on zone read. Just staying home, waiting to see the ball exchange hands before you attack. Mm-hmm. I have to say I'm very confident in this defense's ability to play that the right way.
Definitely. I think, we'll obviously dig in more next week, but just kind of digging into some stuff this week and learning about K-State a little more. The keys to victory, I think, are the same from last week to next week.
They are.
And I said last week, defensively, they're going to run the ball. And you're not going to be able to stop every run, kind of like what we saw at UCF. So it's being sound, disciplined in your gaps, tackling well, and flow to the ball. And it's things that CU has done very well this season so far.
100%. I mean, K-State's formula is very, very obvious. It's run the ball to get you to overcommit to that and then throw it over you after that. But if you don't have to overcommit to the run because you're stopping it as soundly as Colorado has all season, then the other stuff becomes way less worrisome.
Yep.
But K-State's running back is really, really good.
Yes,
so we're talking about Dylan Edwards. We should be talking about
DJ Giddens.
There you go. He's averaging over 7 yards per carry.
Mm-hmm. No, we're playing the best backs in the conference back-to-back weeks here. Or back-to-back games here.
And I kind of love it. Remember when I talked about schedule shock for Baylor?
Yeah.
This is the opposite is true.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like getting into a groove of just punching people in the mouth and stopping the run.
Exactly.
Being physical.
I mean, we talked about it yesterday. I mean, they faced 4 of the 5 teams so far, stopping the run first. That's how they want to win.
Yep.
And that's how CU has won all 4 of those games.
Yep.
Chris with the super chat. The difference between how this year's team has responded to the coaching staff versus last year's team is night and day. Loving it. Even the relationships between coaches is noticeably better. This team just loves each other. They
Truly
really do. Thank you for the super chat, Chris.
And we love them.
Oh, definitely. He's got another one. Strength and conditioning staff is MVP for sure. They wore UCF out. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Shout out to the conditioning staff.
For real. I mean, they're talking about, obviously I posted the clip of Brandon Marshall talking about Travis specifically being, he can't do that down here in the Florida heat. But I think that was a general feeling for people is like, oh, Colorado's going to have a tough time coming down here and playing in this. And it's like, no, they looked like the team that was more prepared to play in that.
Yep.
Just like TCU last year.
Yep.
And obviously, you know, it's exhausting to get your asses beat. So you're going to have hands on hips a little more when you're down 20 than when you're up 20.
Yep. East Coast Kev says, even after winning this week, CU is an underdog to K-State by 5 points. Am I mad? Nope. That's more money for me to make. People are so blinded by their hatred for Prime, they'll lose money for it. They've been losing money on CU the last 2 years.
Yeah, well, and this one is interesting because it's the opposite of last week. Last week, if you remember, UCF opened as 11-point favorites, and it shot up to 15.5, I believe, at one point, and settled down around 14. This has gone the other way. I think K-State opened at 7.5. Now it's down to 5.
And there's going to be more movement, that's for sure, too.
Plenty of time.
Jermaine says, Jake, I think you've been streaming 10 days in a row. It's 12 straight shows, I think, for me.
Let's go.
By the end of this week.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Love
It's
to
been
see
fun. Willie Walker Whistle says, I just wanted to point out that Sean Lewis is 1-3. Thank you for
it. We
pointing
don't
that
got to
out.
do that.
Yeah, we don't got to go there. Chris, once again, says, is there a more challenging game ahead once we handle K-State? Which team is most concerning after them?
Utah.
Utah has to be up there.
No, I just assume that Cam Rising's going to be back eventually, and it's a completely different Utah team with Cam Rising.
I think Arizona's a big one, too.
Definitely.
A little bit of a...
That will be a style change
Yeah,
for this defense.
exactly.
Yeah, first time all season that they'll play someone who really wants to sling it around.
Yep. Well, and then they have Texas Tech 2 games after that, which is also kind of similar as well.
Yep.
So
Travis Hunter versus Tedero and McMillan is going to feed families.
it's going to be hype, man. I think we match up great against them.
They did last year.
Yep.
Almost beat them.
Yep. Last second field goal. All right, chat. You guys crushed it on the thumbs up, but hit it on the way out. Also, subscribe to the channel. Where are we at on subs? Do you know?
I don't know if we've hit 91 yet. I'll look.
I did see it went up a few hundred.
After the show?
Yeah, after the show yesterday. So thank you guys for that. 90.7.
90.7. Come on. We're so close.
Hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the podcast. All that good stuff. We'll be back tomorrow. See you guys then.
Let's go Buffs.
Go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.